Now, if you've experienced any sort of low back injury or low back pain in your lifetime, you probably realize how painful this can be, as well as how frightening this can be. Many people and many of the patients that I treat on a regular basis injure themselves and don't quite know what exactly they should be working on. What specific exercises can they do? They haven't had the time to go in to see a physical therapist or see a chiropractor, whoever that is, helping them get rid of their pain. And they need some strategies on how they can start the healing process. Now, let's be clear here. There are many different causes for low back pain. However, in this particular video, we're going over what simple strategies can you do now to help get yourself moving in the right direction. So in today's video, we're going to teach you a few different exercises that you can start to incorporate on a daily basis that will help get you to get rid of this pain slowly and to allow your body to slowly start recovering. Now, the first exercise that I will typically recommend for my patients when they've dealt with a low back injury is teaching them how to diaphragmatic breathe. That's breathing with their diaphragm, because simply after this type of injury, people tend to get very anxious and worried, and they're become these mouth breathers, meaning that they're using a lot of their neck and their accessory muscles to breathe because they've been in so much pain and they're holding so much tension. So one of the easiest ways that we can slowly start to relax the lower back muscles and allow them to incorporate regular, efficient breathing is by working on belly breathing on their stomach. So what I will typically do for these patients is I'll have them lay down on their bed or somewhere on a flat surface, and they're simply putting their forehead over their hands there. And what they're doing is they're trying to take a deep breath in through their belly, and if you do this correctly, you should feel that diaphragm pushing outward and actually in contact with the ground. So you have some tactile feedback from the ground, and you can simply work on taking 5 deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. And this is going to allow you to slowly expand the diaphragm and start to incorporate some normal movement of the lower back that will actually feel very soothing. So if you work on anywhere between 5 to 10 repetitions, that tends to help get people to relax their lower back muscles. Now, the next exercise that can be very easy for people and that can feel like a gentle exercise on the lower back is working on getting some lengthening of the lower back muscles, meaning we're getting some gentle stretching, nothing too aggressive, but just enough to get their hips moving in the right direction. If you've never dealt with low back injuries or don't really know what they're caused by, you'll be surprised with just incorporating some gentle movement of the hips, how that can improve your lower back pain. And this is why the lower trunk rotation exercise can be nice and gentle on the lower back, because not only is it moving the hips, but it's also getting some good blood flow and movement of the lower back muscles. So you can either do this with your feet together, or you can spread them apart, and you're gonna do this lying flat on your couch or on your bed, and you're simply going to work on just gently bringing your knees side to side, almost like a windshield wiper. You don't want to go too far, but just go enough where you can slowly start to get some motion in the hips and some motion in the lower back. That way, if you are tense and you're tightening up or having any spasms, this will allow you to incorporate some pain-free motion without your body worrying about this aggressive motion in the lower spine. The next exercise, which is one of my favorites, is starting to incorporate some trunk isometrics, some core isometrics. What this typically means is that we're focusing on tightening our abdominals, but not putting ourselves in a threatening position like a crunch or something that's very aggressive that might actually flare your pain up even more. This is very conservative. You're being very gentle. We're just getting some easy contractions of the abdominals, trying to get them to wake up. And really, we're trying to teach your body that exercise is not a threat. This is going to help ease the pain in the long run. So what I'll typically do is fold my feet under just like this in this bridging position, and I have a soft pillow here right on my thighs, and with my hands, I'm simply focusing on pushing my hands down into the pillow. And when you do this, you can control how much resistance you want to provide into the pillow. So if you want to initiate a gentle contraction, you're just going to gently push down into the pillow. We're focusing on holding for about 5 seconds, and then you're relaxing. And then as you get more comfortable with this exercise, you can really focus on pushing harder, which is going to help recruit a lot of the abdominal muscles and will help you start to use the muscles if they've been shut off from all the pain that you've been experiencing. Now, the next exercise that we're gonna go over that's gonna allow you to ease your lower back pain and to immediately start to get stronger in your lower back and your hips is by incorporating some sort of glute exercise. We know that when we have stronger hips, we are less likely to injure our lower back, and that's why incorporating some sort of bridge where we can extend our hips and use our glute muscles can be very successful in helping you get rid of pain. So I have a loop band here. It's a resistance band. And what I'm gonna do is wrap it around my feet. And this is going to allow me to have some feedback of having my knees push outward into a band. I tend to like the band because it creates some good amount of resistance, and I can feel what's going on with my glutes here. So what I'll typically have people do is start to incorporate some glute bridges using the band. So what they'll do is they'll do their best by keeping their back flat on the couch or the table, wherever they're laying. We don't want them with a sway back. We want them to really focus on keeping a neutral spine there. Now they're going to push their knees outward into the band. Now they've activated their glute muscles. And from here, if you're comfortable doing this, then you can start to get some elevation of the pelvis. Now, if you've just injured yourself or injured your back, this is probably just going to be very gentle, and you're probably not going to be able to go up as high. However, as you get stronger and more comfortable with these exercises, you're going to be able to raise your hips up further and further, which then is going to allow you to contract your hamstrings, your glutes, and to really start to get some good movement of the lower back and the glute muscles so you can focus on getting that area strong again. Now, the last exercise, which is going to be the most valuable for you, is going on daily walks. I can't tell you enough how important this is going to be for helping you ease your lower back pain. Many people think that if you are injuring yourself and you start walking, that this is going to cause more pain. However, you have to understand all the muscles that are working in the lower back every time you take steps. And that's going to provide great circulation and great healing for the lower back. And you don't have to start off with anything too long. You can start off with maybe a 5-minute walk daily, going outside, gentle on the feet, and make sure you're going at a slow and comfortable pace. And then as you get more comfortable, you can obviously walk for longer periods, but you're going to see over time that it is going to be better for you to have a little bit movement each day versus no movement at all. Now, those are my favorite tips that I provide for many of my patients that are dealing with any sort of back flare-up or low back injury. These are some simple strategies that you can use to slowly get your body out of pain and to help you start moving in the right direction. If you want more information on the long-term solution of how to truly get rid of your back pain, make sure to take a look at this video up here. In the meantime, to support this channel, please give this video a like and subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one.